Hey guys, welcome back to CLOWNFISH TV Live. And on stage.
Does it make it better when you say it live?
Live.
Does it make you feel better inside? Let me try. Live.
Live.
No, I got nothing.
You got nothing?
No.
Okay, so CLOWNFISH TV, we are live. So if we fuck up, it's because we're live.
Hey guys, language alert. Hey mom, language alert.
Oopsie, demonetization. Anyway, this is Neon. I'm here with Geeky Sparkles. Who's messing with my phone and
I want to make sure you weren't talking to the girlfriends again.
No, I'm not talking to the girlfriends. We're reverbing.
There, fixed it.
So like I said, if we fuck up live
by accident. Okay.
if we screw up live.
Don't leave your phone right there.
Anyway, we are going to talk about a plethora of things on this live stream. We originally didn't have anything to talk about, and then we just spent about 5 minutes on the internet, and we're like, oh, shit.
There's a lot of things
There's a whole lot of things we can...
If you go looking for stuff, you'll find it.
we can talk about it. So if you go looking for trouble, you will find it.
My name's usually on it.
First item up on the docket here. Captain Marvel Day 1 ticket pre-sales rank among Fandango's top 3 ever for a Marvel movie.
Okay.
In its first day of advanced ticket sales on Fandango, Captain Marvel is ranking 3rd in the online sellers record books for top Marvel Cinematic Universe movies after Avengers Infinity War and Black Panther, which quite frankly is fantastic. Now, they're talking that the tickets went on sale Monday at 6, yada yada. This is what they had to say. We're seeing fantastic advanced ticket sales for Captain Marvel because it's a historic film.
God.
Oh my God. Really?
Sorry.
Not that Wonder Woman didn't do it before. It's a historic film for Marvel
Studios, yes. Because they have to,
and one that fans have been waiting to see for a decade.
Who's waiting to see this for a decade?
Nobody knows who Captain Marvel is outside of...
They meaning because it's a female-led one? They've been waiting for a decade to see it?
Maybe. I don't know. So this is Eric Davis. As the studio's first female-driven superhero film, Captain Marvel is a benchmark moment for the genre.
No, it's not.
Remember Wonder Woman? She's sitting here
Elektra?
Elektra? Well, Elektra wasn't
I know, but I'm just saying. It's been done.
It's a benchmark moment for the Marvel Cinematic Universe and star Brie Larson, who will play the most powerful. Here they're reiterating.
They keep mentioning it at several places, that she's the most powerful, she's the strongest, she's the bestest. You know, she's the greatest thing ever. The character. The
most powerful Marvel superhero to date. We did a video. I actually posted it earlier today. We talked about our speculation. We got some people really didn't like that speculation, but we speculated.
Really? Did they? I didn't care.
Speculated that Captain Marvel could potentially, maybe possibly wind up being the Mary Sue of the MCU because she's ridiculously overpowered, and apparently they're banking on her heavily to kind of carry the Marvel brand because, her name's Marvel.
Now, to be fair, though, we've also said many times that if they had gone the same way with one of the male characters, we would have said the exact same thing. He would have been Gary Stu,
Yeah, I mean...
we would have said the same thing whether it be a male or a female.
Right. They're like, here's a ridiculously powerful character we never mentioned before in the cinematic universe, and this character is going to show up. The Avengers are going to be founded because of her. She's going to be ridiculously powerful, and she's going to be launched into space for 20 years, which explains why nobody's, talking about her. And then she's going to come back and magically defeat Thanos.
Someone said, is that Hulk? No. Remember, Hulk's afraid of Thanos now.
Oh, that's right. Hulk's a puss.
He's afraid now.
Yeah, he's afraid. And he's going to be, I guess, Professor Hulk in the next movie.
Yeah, so he's afraid. No, he cannot do it because he's scared.
So now here's the thing about Fandango pre-sales. I don't know. Now, Black Panther actually did very, very well, and the movie actually did very well. I don't know how good of an indicator it is because last year... Solo, a Star Wars story, Fandango pre-sales double Black Panther's haul.
Wow.
Double Black Panther's haul. Now, we know that Solo made as much money as the Black Panther... Oh, never mind. Solo did not make anywhere near the amount of money that Black Panther did. So, if Solo's Fandango pre-sales doubled the Black Panther's, and Captain Marvel is behind Black Panther... in Fandango pre-sales, there's a math formula you can probably...
It's new math.
It's new math. Felix, thank you. Did not have to do that. I've read many Ms. Marvel. Carol, never once did she have the power to time travel. Yeah, I don't know where this is coming from. Apparently, Sam Jackson said in an interview that Carol Danvers has the ability to time travel. I know she's got ridiculous abilities, but time traveling, I never thought time traveling was one of her abilities.
I don't know. Someone said, a question is Fandango counting overall sales or just sales through Fandango? I don't know. I don't know how they're counting it.
I don't know.
Now, here's the thing, too. Now, they keep getting further and further and further out on, how far out you can pre-order tickets and things.
Right.
And it's like, you know what I'm saying? It's like, well, they're the biggest Marvel. First of all, they were the biggest Marvel one. What were you saying?
I'm just thinking, Captain Marvel had the highest pre-sales of any Tuesday in January.
It had the highest pre-sales of any movie that was out 3 months.
Yeah, I know, right? It's not a good indicator. Like I said, I'd be like, wow, well, okay, that's a pretty good indicator. And then, just some minor poking around on Google, because I do remember them last year boasting about how well Solo was doing in pre-sales, yet the theater we went to, and we did go see Solo, was practically empty.
There was,
I think
besides us, 5 other people.
There's 5 other people in the theater opening night, and that was the same theater we saw Infinity War in.
There was no seats.
The same movie we saw The Last Jedi in, and both of those were completely packed.
Yes, you couldn't find a place to sit.
But Solo was empty.
Yeah,
so I don't know where these sales went to.
I don't know. It's just here.
Pepsi Clear was pretty decent.
What? I didn't like Pepsi Clear.
They brought it back. The kids tried it and they're like, "Oh God, this is what the '90s tasted like."
I didn't like the '90s tasted.
You know what I like?
No.
Josta Cola.
Oh yeah, I remember.
Where the hell is my Josta? I love that with that Black Panther.
I also remember.
That was
Zima.
Zima? Oh yeah, I remember Zima.
Remember the Zima was a big thing back in the '90s.
Yeah,
it was, but it was like a '90s thing. Zima.
It was a '90s thing.
Zima.
Do y'all think this would be different if they chose someone else besides Brie Larson?
I don't know.
I think. I think
because they're pushing. Well, I think one, people were like, she seems bored.
She does seem bored.
But 2, I think it's because of the way that they're marketing it and the way they're pushing it. It wouldn't have mattered if it was another woman, because they would still be pushing this. She's the bestest. She's the fastest. She's the greatest ever.
Yeah, because even Black Panther. There was a big push for Black Panther, but it was subdued compared to Captain Marvel. I think they really didn't know how Black Panther was going to do, because he was kind of a B-list character. And it was a really, different kind of a superhero story. And I think they kind of were like, well, yeah, we're going to put it out there. I don't think they knew it was going to be that big of a hit. I thought they thought it would do okay, but I don't think I was even thinking.
I don't think they thought it was.
I was even thinking it was going to do like Ant-Man levels. I didn't think it was going to be like the crazy big hit that it was.
I don't think they knew it was going to be that big either.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
So anyway, Captain Marvel, one-day ticket pre-sales among the best. Solo, whatever. But again, we did the video talking about how they're really banking everything on Captain Marvel. And I don't know. I haven't seen the movie. I have no idea.
That being said, I actually do want to see the movie.
I'll go see it. I'll go see it.
I want to see what they do with it, because Marvel seems to be able to take things, and even though, I don't know, they took things and they able to do some stuff with it. And I'm kind of curious to see what they do with it. Now, I'm not really familiar with comics either, though, to be fair. I don't come from the comics background. So, I'm probably not going to come into it with more preconceived as much as other people would.
Yeah, there's somebody asked, did Wonder Woman ever smile on the posters? I don't know.
I don't know either.
I don't know. That's actually a fair.
I will say about the smiling comments.
That's actually a fair question.
That's what people keep saying about the smiling comments, and I do agree with that. It's like when you see the preview trailer for other superhero movies, no one's going, well, why isn't he smiling? And I do have, as a woman, I do have to think that not say she doesn't owe you a smile thing, but why... If she's serious, but then other superheroes are serious, what difference does it make?
If she's not smiling, please, for the love of God, do not digitally superimpose a smiling mouth on her.
Well, it's only a problem with when you have a mustache.
Oh my! Well, maybe she does. Who knows? I'm not going to judge.
That's true. That's true.
That was the freaking weirdest. No, I don't know. I didn't expect Wonder Woman to be that good, because I really didn't care for Man of Steel and Batman versus Superman.
Yeah, Wonder Woman was good.
And I was like, wow, that was actually pretty good.
Okay, so what else?
So the trailer has only like 5 million views only.
That's pretty bad.
Is that bad for a Marvel movie? Well, no, I guess.
But remember, Marvel, some of their videos only get like a couple thousand views, and their trailers get a lot.
The trailers get a lot.
But they're supposed to have 10 million followers.
Well, now Endgame got like a cajillion views.
Yeah, because it was Endgame.
Because it was Endgame. Yeah.
I'm opening my drink. There it is. Go ahead.
All right. So anyway, this is what's going on. with Captain Marvel and all of that jazz. We will go see it. We are obligated to go see it, I think.
Well, I kind of actually want to see it. I want to see where I go with it.
I don't think there's been... I mean, we haven't really missed any Marvel movies since, like, Dark World, I think was the last... You know, we skipped a couple of the earlier ones, but we pretty much every Marvel movie we go to the theater
well, it's kind of, related to our job, so...
Yeah, we kind of have to go see it. Kind of have to do it. We're doing it for you. We're gonna take the hit. For all of you, we will go see it.
Yeah, I don't know.
It might be good. It might be good.
I'm just wait and see. I mean,
it might be good. I'm not being facetious. I think, maybe it will be good.
I think what people are being mostly put off by is
the marketing.
Well, not just the marketing. They keep doing that, but the whole idea that suddenly she comes out of nowhere, hasn't been mentioned before, but it all begins with her, and it's all about her, and she's the bestest, fastest, strongest, most perfectest, whatever. And if you don't like it, you are clearly a sexist.
Yeah, that I think
does more damage than anything.
The problem. They're already kind of building it like you must love Captain Marvel,
right.
And you must accept that she is the most ridiculously overpowered Marvel character ever, even though we never mentioned her in the movies before.
And there's no reason that she should be.
And you're going to love her.
But like I said, I don't come from the comics on this one, so I mean, I'm more than willing to give it a chance. And I'm hoping that it turns out that she has to stick up her ass because that's how her character is. And I'm thinking,
well, she's a soldier. I mean,
that's what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
She's a brainwashed soldier. Of course, she's going to stick up her ass because she's a brainwashed soldier. So I'm hoping that's what it is, and she's more likable by the end, which is what I'm hoping for. But we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see. So. Yeah, we'll see how this goes. I don't know. I didn't have a lot of it. I didn't have a lot of hope for Ant-Man. I didn't have a lot of hope for Black Panther, and I actually wound up liking both of them. I think so.
That's what you keep saying too.
Rogue should steal Cap. Yeah, I'm actually excited.
You keep saying that.
I am excited that Captain Marvel is in the movie for no other reason than eventually when we get the X-Men, Rogue can fly. Because she couldn't fly in the Fox movies. So that's what
she's the biggest, strongest, bestest, fastest, most perfect ever. How could Rogue ever have taken her powers?
Yeah, that's... Well, okay, so... Now, this is... Okay,
we don't have to go to the...
I'm just... Okay, so I'm just...
But go ahead.
I'm just saying, I think they made her more powerful in more recent comics. I think back in the day when she was Ms. Marvel, I don't know if she was as ridiculously overpowered as they made her recently. So that's fair. Because when I was a kid, like Rogue was already.
I'm saying now how they gonna do it. I wasn't talking about.
Well,
that.
no, because then
I'm
that was
talking
sort
about
of
now.
Yeah.
Okay. So anyway, go ahead.
But then So anyway. Okay, so let's stop talking about Captain Marvel. Stop. Yeah, Rogue jumped on her and held on too long. Yeah, that's basically what happened.
That's kind of funny, actually. That wouldn't happen now because she's more powerful.
She was like a tick.
No, you know how they do it now? We need more strong, empowered women, so I'm going to give you some of my powers, Rogue.
Yeah. Evan
We're
Lyons.
A minority, so.
Evan Lyons says Rogue's not a minority. Well, she's a
woman.
Evan Lyons says Nick Fury to Tony Stark at the end of Iron Man 1. You think you're the only superhero around? Yeah, they did kind of set that up, but I always assumed they were talking about Captain America.
Yeah, they were.
That was my assumption. And the Hulk.
They're going back and just like throwing it in there.
Yeah.
So anyway, go ahead.
Anyway. Syl Critoria, thank you. Did not have to do that. It'll be Marvel's Soilo.
I don't know. I'm wondering.
Well, I don't know.
We'll have to wait and see, guys.
We went to that one too, and you know what? We were completely fair. The movie did not suck as bad as we thought it was going to.
It wasn't the best thing ever, but when you compare it to The Last Jedi, it's a masterpiece. So, I mean, of course it came out like, oh, that wasn't so bad.
Our expectations were lowered by The Last Jedi, so it was like Solo didn't completely suck.
Yeah, because,
it had a few good scenes. It wasn't
That's how you make a movie look better. You put it after a movie like that.
People hated us so much for that too. They hated us so much. We said, guys, we actually did a video in the car, our reaction on the way back, and we're like, hey, the movie wasn't that bad. It actually, oh my God, people were like, how dare you?
Oh,
you broke the picket line.
You no longer have fan cred because you like something.
Cred because I was
which
like,
again is why
terrible.
you're allowed to like.
So
things,
we will call it. I mean, if the movie's good, we'll call it. Ever Todd, thank you. Didn't have to do that again. What if post Endgame Carol leads the space team? That could happen. Yeah, I'm thinking, we were talking about this today with your sister. I was like,
she should get my sister on here sometime.
Yeah, we should. And I was like, well, it seems like they sidelined Adam Warlock. Maybe they'll do a new Infinity Watch and they'll make her the Warlock character. Because we don't know what's going on with Warlock because James Gunn's gone. Who the hell knows? I don't
know. We'll have to wait and see.
I don't know. Anyway, enough. Solo was excellent, and the droid looked like an actual parody.
That's what we thought. It was kind of like a parody.
I thought the droid was a joke. I didn't think they were playing her.
It seriously.
I was like, oh my god, look at her. She's so ridiculous. Now she's dead.
But I thought I thought they were playing her for laughs on purpose.
I thought they were playing her for laughs. Like, oh my god, she's so annoying.
We have to rehash Solo now. I mean, I'd rather not rehash Solo now.
Let's not rehash
I mean, I didn't think it was as bad as, I expected it to be. And I'm hoping, because I don't think anybody wants things to suck. You don't want things to be ruined. So I'm hoping it's not as bad as we're worried it's going to be.
Yeah. Hey, guys. Okay, so let's, what should we talk about? We have a lot of things to talk about. Should we talk about Doctor Who quickly? There's not as much to talk about. Okay, so we did a video earlier in the week talking about how it seems like all of the media outlets that were fiercely defending Doctor Who are kind of coming back now and saying, well, it wasn't bad, but maybe things could have been a little better.
Think?
None of them can. Well, except for that one, except for the Radio Times out of the UK. It was like, it wasn't progressive enough. She was a sidekick on her own show. And I agree with that. I think the Doctor was a sidekick on her own show.
It feels like it's trying to. It feels like it's trying to be something that it isn't. You know what I mean? It feels like it's two different shows. Like the guy writing one show, but Doctor Who's another show. You know what I'm saying? Yeah,
it's sort of like taking ER and Mork and Mindy and smashing them together and seeing which that was series 11 of Doctor Who. Anyway, What Culture fiercely defended Doctor Who, as I remember. Doctor Who 8 things that must happen in Series 12. Must Series 12 happen? I guess we're going to do it. By and large, fans have taken to Doctor Who's 2018 makeover with the universal consensus being that the Time Lord's long-running legacy is in capable hands. Have you been to Rotten Tomatoes? Have you been to YouTube? I don't think it's the consensus, but okay. Albeit in need of a couple adjustments. Jodie Whittaker has embraced the role to Cosmic Effect. And the companions
What's a Cosmic Effect?
Cosmic Effect.
How does that mean?
It means good.
I don't know.
It's good.
I don't want to use that to describe my everyday life. I'm going outside into the cold, but that's okay because I'm doing it with a cosmic effect.
With a cosmic effect.
I want to cook dinner with a cosmic effect. I'm gonna do laundry with a cosmic effect.
As a typo, it should be to comical effect.
Okay. I want to live my life with a cosmic effect. It sounds fun.
God, companions are nicely fleshed out. Yeah, they actually got more screen time than Whittaker, especially in the New Year's special. And there's a newfound liberal grit. Wait, what? And there is a newfound liberal grit to the much of storytelling. Okay, so they're going to start. This is what I'm telling you about. They're going to start with the praise, like, oh my God, it was such an amazing.
You have to soften the blow.
But they're softening the blow. Now here's the but. However,
here's the but.
Here's the but. However, the landscape of TV is shifting so rapidly that even the safe shows are no longer really safe. Even with an institution as long-running as Doctor Who, fans are best advised to go into a new series knowing that it could be the last. Wow, that's depressing.
Yeah.
Or if not the last of the Doctor writer and production
of that Doctor. Yes, of that Doctor. Hey, here's a thought. Doctor Who constantly changes doctors, writers, and production teams. So who doesn't go into it thinking it's possibly the last of that Doctor, writer, or production team?
Yeah. And people have been saying Doctor Who's going to get canceled for years. I think they're not going to cancel it with Whittaker on because that is going to look really weak. Like, look, we made a big deal about having a female doctor and we're going to cancel her. They're not going to do that. But they're like, we love this show. But we have concerns. We don't want to see it canceled. So maybe you could just tweak these little things, which is, I guarantee you this list is going to be like every freaking thing that's wrong with the show that all the haters have been saying. DCV Titan, thank you, didn't have to do that. A big fat butt. Is that this guy? No.
I think you're talking about me. No, it's me.
Is that me? I do need to lose some weight.
You like big butts and you cannot lie.
Anyway, I do like big butts. I do like. Make a more explosive finale. Yeah, no shit. The finale was garbage.
Sorry. Back to the comments for a second. That was a good point.
This point. Mm-hmm. The problem with Doctor Who is what's known as the gal brush paradox. Mm-hmm. They want to make her seem badass. However, badasses get beat up. That's violence on women, so no go for Jodie's doc. So she basically just stands around the console of the TARDIS and makes funny faces and lets everybody else do all the talking, working, sussing things out, I guess.
Hold on, here we go. Go ahead.
Garth, thank you. I got a question. You think Crunchyroll maybe destroy themselves. I don't know. There's some weird stuff. They're like begging people to say.
Well, with the other video we were talking about Lasseter, Kate Left was like, well, I was just looking at another studio the other day to look for a job, but I don't want to work there now. And I'm like, why were you looking for a job? You're doing so great.
I don't know what's going on. I hope your channel reaches 100K.
That's too.
Yeah, that'd be too. Have you seen the late?
I was going to talk about that. I didn't get a chance to yet.
Yeah, it's very different from.
Okay, you like it. I'm not a fan, but I'll tell you. I mean, I'm not against it.
I actually didn't mind it. I actually thought it was okay.
It's
very different. It's very different.
I'll tell you why. Because I think it's too soon. Because what it was before, and there's a sudden change. And the only reason I'm saying that is because there's a lot of moms and girls who are watching it, and they were collecting the dolls, and they were doing all of that stuff. And then it was a very abrupt change for no reason. And I think that's what's going on. I'm not saying it's terrible, but it really feels to me like it's My Little Pony all over again. Like, look, Batgirl's Pinkie Pie. And,
yeah, pretty much. I mean, I give you that.
And Supergirl's, Rainbow Dash, and and the only thing I'm getting is it's like the same stupid dynamic again. And I'm not saying it's bad, but it's
definitely the Lauren Faust style.
Because I don't mind Teen Titans Go and stuff like that. A lot of people don't like it. I honestly don't mind it. I like Teen Titans as well. I like them both. I think this is going to be one of those ones you might like it as for what it is, but you like them both. I just don't know how I feel about it yet.
I would have to see more. One thing I will say that I did like about it is, it is Warner Brothers, and it felt kind of Looney Tunes ish.
Yeah, but that's like, if you saw what it was before,
it was very different.
It's a distinct. It's a very different change very suddenly and for really no reason. So I'll just see how it goes. I only saw that one so far, and we'll see. But anyway, go ahead.
Give the companions center stage. They did, and that was actually one of the biggest complaints people had. It was the Ryan and Graham show. Especially the New Year's show was basically Ryan and Graham talking in a coffee shop. And Ryan's dad. It was a drama with a little bit of Dalek assault thrown in, I guess. That's the only way I can put it.
The missiles is still my favorite part of the whole thing, because it was so bad. It was so funny.
There are too many damn people in the TARDIS. Pare it down to 1 or 2 people. You do not need a freaking...
We're going to go through the whole list?
Bring everyone's memory back.
Huh?
Nobody seems to grasp the concept of a Dalek or any kind of alien in this latest format.
Yeah, I know, right?
It's not a technicality. That's right. There was a freaking Dalek invasion.
This kind of goes what I was just talking about with the DC superhero girls, which was such a huge jump out of nowhere. If you're going to make some changes and you want to bring a female doctor, and that's a huge jump already, and you're asking an audience to, most people had no problem with, but then you're going to take everything away that made Doctor Who away from it, so you don't have their usual bad guys, you don't have any of that stuff, and you should accept it. And if you don't like it because it's so far removed, then there's obviously something wrong with you.
Yeah, there's always something wrong with the fans. It's always the fans are defective. That's my takeaway. So for all their the show is amazing. It's so amazing, but here, let us pick it all apart and
give the
point out
some hefty back. Doesn't the Doctor already have a backstory?
Thousands of years of back. No, because they mentioned this timeless child thing, and then they just never goes anywhere. I thought that was actually going to be the theme of the season, because they always have a mystery and Moffat did that. This one they're like, yeah, we mentioned it once, we never.
Someone said, 6 more days until no more brushable hair She-Ra on Netflix. Yes, I know we're gonna talk about She-Ra in a bit. I went and bought DVDs, so I'm good.
Yeah, because we actually had all the DVDs of all the Masters of the Universe and She-Ra, and we sold them a couple of years ago because it's been on Netflix. We're like, well, we don't really need them, and they were taking up a lot of space, And
I bought them again, so
we don't really have.
I got a better deal this time.
We don't really have it. These are all the same complaints. These are all the same complaints. This is what pisses me off. Places like What Culture attacked disgruntled Doctor Who fans. Mm-hmm. But now they're lodging the same complaints that the disgruntled Doctor Who fans had. But they're softening the blow by being like, well, we think she's fantastic and everything's great and it's progressive and all that. And we just have some minor nitpicks. Everything.
Yeah, there's an awful
some
lot
minor
of nitpicks.
Like everything. The same thing that YouTubers have been saying that they've ripped us to shreds for.
Oh yeah, we've had.
Add 3-dimensional villains. Yeah, no shit. Add 3-dimensional characters. Serialize it. No shit. I'm just going through this real quick. Create a new legacy for the Doctor. You mean make this Doctor interesting? No shit. I agree with it. Next article. Let's move on.
The answer is no shit.
Let's move on. Alita Battle Angel. I'm on the fence about that one. She's got weird eyes. Her eyes creep me out. But yeah. I love Battle Angel Alita. Was actually one of the very first anime I'd ever seen. I ran it from Blockbuster. Mm-hmm. I freaking loved the original Battle Angel. I'm sorry, it was just Battle Angel. Battle Angel Alita was the manga, and they changed her name for the anime. I think it was Gali or something like that, but it was the same story. But one of the very first anime I'd ever seen, and it still holds up. It holds up really well.
Someone said about the original He-Man, She-Ra, are expensive. Yeah, they can be. I luckily got a good deal. Now, this wasn't the complete series. I got the season 1, volume 1, and I have all of it. I got season 1, volume 1, and season 1, volume 2, and the big set was the one of them, and the one was sealed, and I got the other one. I think they paid $20 for them both. So
yeah. Evan's been talking about Captain Marvel, how they could have introduced her organically. I think if she'd been mentioned prior to,
that's it. They could have. They said she.
They just sort of did.
We were keeping her top secret because she was out there fighting against this stuff already, and but
yeah. Okay.
That would have made sense.
Well, that's Barbie. Let's talk about. We didn't talk about Carmen Sandiego yet,
Okay.
and Carmen Sandiego. Here are 3 tips it should take from She-Ra for success.
Well, one, don't take She-Ra as an example. So,
Yeah, right.
I'm just saying. Well, look who the site is.
Carmen Sandiego, people asked us for our opinion on it. I think it actually looks more like Kim Possible than the Kim Possible live action movie. But I understand the concerns over Carmen being a good guy, not a villain. She always was a villain.
Yeah, I didn't really watch it because I was older then. That I wasn't watching those shows. But I always knew she was the bad guy. That was kind of the point.
Yeah.
But anyway, I just thought this was funny because it's taken 3 tips we should take for She-Ra's success.
This isn't Carmen Sandiego, just so you know.
No.
Miley Cyrus is Carmen Sandiego.
I mean, to be fair, I can't really talk about it too much because I really didn't watch it originally, but I did know what it was, and I did know who Carmen Sandiego was.
I watched the Fox show, and actually
I think I saw a couple.
most of my memories of Carmen Sandiego is computer lab in middle school. We used to play the Carmen Sandiego games on our old Apple computers.
Carmen Sandiego.
Yeah, we played
Where
Carmen
in the world is Carmen Sandiego?
It was Oregon Trail, Carmen Sandiego,
That's
like
what I
all the
remember.
staples.
That's what I remember.
And then the game show with Chief. We watched that too. We actually watched it at school. They used to have it on at school. We used to watch that, and I think she died.
I do remember the game show.
Yeah, or PBS. It was on PBS. Yeah. No, they had a cartoon. I thought the cartoon show was on Fox Kids.
I don't remember. I didn't watch the cartoon. I watched the game show.
They had the game show. I think was PBS, but I think they had a cartoon show.
I remember the game
in the
show
90s on Fox Kids. I want to say.
I remember they had Where in the World and Where in Time, wasn't it, for Carmen Sandiego?
Okay, so this is Rebecca Mills for Fansided.
Is one-sided.
Is one-sided. Fansided is a one-sided, like what culture?
They talk about respecting the source material, kind of. So they're talking about, they're going to go through here, and they're talking about how they could about rebooting it, and about how they released this in the 90s. Kids remember it as a live-action animated hybrid, following Carmen on her adventures around the world, and she was made popular first by a video game where you could capture her, and they had the game show and all that. So then they said reboots are generally a mixed bag when it comes to fans of the original. One show the fans loved was She-Ra and the Princesses of Power.
Wait, that actually... horse shit. Horsey shit.
The one show that me and my friends loved was the reboot.
I can't take you seriously. One show the fans loved was She-Ra and the Princesses of Power. It's a unique take on the original She-Ra series, but still stands on its own. For Carmen Sandiego to be successful, there are a few key tips it should take from the success of She-Ra and the Princesses of Power. Do we have any alcohol in the fridge?
No.
Shit. Okay, well, let's do this.
But the
let's
fans
do
love
this
it.
thing.
The fans love it. Oh my god.
The main tip Carmen Sandiego should take from She-Ra is to make changes when necessary. Yes, it's based on an older property, but that should be a footnote.
The older property should be the footnote. Wait, it's based on an IP that has a fan base and has a name. People expected, things to go with it. But that's a footnote. That's for you to step on.
It's with
to
those
make
boots.
Sure, step on with the boots to make
With
sure you change
boots.
everything.
Changes aren't easy, but it's necessary. No doubt the series will need some updating, as did She-Ra. Whether it's character design, the plot, or backstory, there's no shame in improvement.
Right, there's no shame in improvement.
There is no
when
shame
you actually
in
improve things. However, Catcher did get a much more interesting story on the new one than she did.
I will give you that. That's the only thing they get. That's the only concession they get. It might not make some older fans happy, but it's the price of a reboot. It's the price of a reboot. That's the price of a reboot. Testing out Super Chat. Please continue. Thank you, Grim Joy. Super Chat's working fine.
Okay, go ahead.
Good. I just can't keep up with this. So many comments now. We do appreciate them. We do. We try to read what we can. What made She-Ra and the Princesses of Power so beloved?
It's its characters. Yes, I agree with that.
No, they're talking about the new one.
Oh, the new one. Oh, no.
No, because She-Ra was the original.
Wait, Beloved sounds like no. Are you sure I'm talking about the old show?
No, they're talking about the new one.
You wouldn't use a Beloved like it was like it's been around for years and has a huge fan base of loved characters.
But clearly this person cannot write very well.
I was gonna say Beloved, so you're talking
it's
about the old one.
beloved to her. She-Ra is the main focus on the show.
It hurts.
She-Ra's the main focus on the show, and she's given a lot more backstory. In the original series, she was He-Man's sister, and it ended there.
No, it didn't.
From the trailer.
No, it didn't. Did you actually watch it?
No, she didn't. From the trailer, it looks like Carmen Sandiego is going to take a similar approach. That's going to be key in connecting the new and old audience.
No, see that you're
connecting. What the hell?
You don't connect. You write shit like this.
Connecting.
It doesn't connect.
This is your opinion. I like new She-Ra, so you should like new She-Ra. I think I'll like Carmen Sandiego because I don't give a shit about the old Carmen Sandiego because it's old.
But they're going to connect. No, there was nothing about She-Ra that connected the new and old audiences. You basically flat out said, old She-Ra's campy and balls.
Yeah.
New She-Ra's fantastic and awesome. If you don't like new She-Ra, you're a sexist, misogynist pervert, and there's something wrong with you. That's what they've been saying. But we're going to connect the fans.
DCV Titan, thank you. Didn't have to do that. Beloved, you keep using that word. I don't think it means what you think it means.
Exactly.
It does not. It does not. You mean by beloved.
She was a He-Man's sister, and that's it. I'm like, did you actually?
It's just like that's just like where it ended. She was like He-Man's sister. It's arguably more important to the older audience. A tricky thing about reboots.
Arguably more important to the older audience. Okay.
A tricky thing about reboots is moving past the original but not forgetting about a new viewer doesn't have those preconceived notions about Cameron Sandiego. Here I got his real first. Thank you, Cesario Japan. Lynn Thigpen was best chief. She was. Cesario. Yes, I'm sorry. I just read Cameron Sandiego. Cameron Sandiego. That's right. This is her little sister, Cameron Sandiego. Lynn Thigpen was great, and I think she passed away. And that's awful that she did. Geek Assault, thank you. Love you all. Keep up the great content. We try. Thank you. We're trying. Cameron Sandiego.
I'm mad about She-Ra right now.
Like, where in the world is Cameron Sandiego? Reintroducing the character.
Oh my god, you must think it's like a different show.
It's almost like a different show. It's so different we had to change her name to a gender fluid name.
Cameron.
Reintroducing the character and establishing their backstory is a must.
Well, yeah, any show you're going to have to do a backstory.
Another tip that Carmen Sandiego should take from She-Ra is not to skimp on the action.
Wait. What show did you watch? I mean, there was so much
Fox
action.
The Fox Kids show.
No, but I mean, She-Ra. Where were, was it the time when they were like having, the pillow fights or the
slumber party
prom?
pillow fight or trying?
Well, no, the prom that they were trying to blow up the building.
Tripping on their own feet.
Tripping on the sword.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, my God. Okay, Felix, thank you. Didn't have to do that. Not to get off topic. But you guys have any news on Invader Zim or Sailor Moon Crystal movies? No, I actually don't. But we got to hang with the Invader Zim guys at the one convention. That was pretty cool. Also, any new upcoming cartoon shows you guys are excited to see? May Dibble be with you. I am excited as fuck to see the Care Bears.
We want to see the Care Bears.
I just want to see, either it's going to be a train wreck or it's going to be the best damn show on TV.
We're just like, we got to see this.
If they are in on the joke, and Dibble's as badass as she needs to be, I am.
Oh my gosh, they should make Dibble badass. That'd be hilarious.
Oh my god, Dibble is just a freaking badass.
Okay, what other shows? Okay, Dragon Prince season 2.
Dragon Prince season 2, yes.
I'm probably sure there's others in my mind that's going pudding right now. Oh, Fruits Basket.
Fruits Basket, yeah. Any anime actually. They've got so much stuff coming out.
I do want to see the new DC Superhero Girls. I'm still on the fence about it. Because I'm really, it's such a jump. I'm trying to think what else. I don't know, my mind's blank, because when people ask me something, I'm on the spot, I can't think. And then you know what? After this is over, I'll be like, shoot, I wanted to say that, and I forgot all about it.
That's how we got married.
Yeah.
Wait. She really didn't have time to think about it. It's like, okay.
What are you talking about? I was the one that cornered you.
Ooh.
So you didn't have time to think about it.
We're not gonna bring that up.
Well, it's true.
I wasn't.
Exact words were. So when are you going to marry me?
I wasn't quick enough for Geeky, so she had to.
No, I didn't see the recent Fruits Basket character design that came out. I have to look into that. I want to see. There's a bunch of stuff I kind of want to see. So we'll see.
Okay.
I don't know about
Infinity Train. That actually looks kind of interesting.
What was that one people showed us the example from, and it was really cute, and we were like, "Oh my gosh, that's awesome!" And it was My mind's blank.
I have no idea.
I don't know, but
People shows a lot of stuff.
We're going to be seeing a lot of things, I'm sure.
The Round Table. Yeah, they're the Steven Universe people. I don't think we get along very well. I don't think they would like us very much. We have too many opinions.
Not.
We have too many strong opinions.
We don't agree with everybody, so we're bad.
It's because we're old. Old people suck.
Okay, so anyway, back to the thing.
Carmen Sandiego is a thief, and that's a recipe for disaster. There's going to be fights.
What? Carmen Sandiego is a thief. That's a recipe for disaster. There's going to be fight scenes of her stealing and probably jumping out of planes.
Action cartoons are rare,
what?
so having action.
What?
Is this written by a third grader?
What? Wait, what?
Carmen Sandiego is a thief, and that's a recipe for disaster. There's going to be fight scenes. Scenes of her stealing. And probably jumping out of planes. Action cartoons are so rare. Wait, action cartoons are rare, so having action scenes is... Holy shit. She's priceless. She needs to come work for us.
Oh,
action cartoons are rare, so having action scenes is crucial. I'm sorry. I am not. If you ever watch this, Rebecca, she looks like she's about 15. I actually feel bad. She might actually be like 15, and I think that's
what she's trying to say. She's saying it might be problematic. People are gonna have problems with it, but they're not gonna want her to steal. They don't want kids being taught to steal or fight or jumping out of planes.
Honestly, I think that's why they are. I think that's why they are making her a good guy, because they don't want her to be a bad role model. You know, but the original show was about them.
She's stealing for a good reason.
Right.
It's kind of like National Treasure.
Yeah, pretty much.
I'm going to save Declaration of Independence because I'm going to steal it. Yeah. You know, it's like National Treasure.
Man, she went full Jeff.
I know. I've actually looked into him.
I feel bad. She looks like she's about like 15 or 16, and this is like her gig, and like she's so proud of it, and I'm just like ripping it to shreds.
Do your homework. She's only He-Man's sister.
She's only He-Man's sister. If there's a company you want rebooting your property, it's Netflix. Yeah, but DreamWorks is responsible for this train wreck.
Real drinks.
Overall, the success of Carmen Sandiego is up to Netflix. She-Ra and the Princesses of Power was a delightful surprise.
Oh.
And Carmen,
it was something.
Way back in 2018, and Carmen Sandiego could be a lovely companion in 2019, and then we can ship them. We can ship that shit together. As long as it follows the tips above, my tips.
It's Cara.
There's
She-Man.
It's
She-Man.
There's no way it will fail if Netflix listens to me on Fansided. What do you think about Netflix's surge in cartoon reboots? Will you be watching Carmen Sandiego?
I'm sorry, I just can't.
Oh my god, my head is actually like all fluttery.
For real?
Yeah, I'm just like, did I just read this on an actual, like, on Fansided? Is this on Fansided? Damn. Okay, anyway, wow. Are more people playing Pac-Man after watching Black Mirror Bandersnatch? I don't know. Do you have... was this like a study? Holy shit. Okay, anyway. Yeah, so I don't think taking advice from She-Ra on how to properly reboot a beloved show is a good move. Voltron, I'll give you...
They're going to use it when they're debate on Barbie. They bring up She-Ra. Oh, and speaking of which, wait, before we get to that, let's talk about the fact that the woman who greenlit She-Ra has just now been named...
She got promoted. Yes, the woman who, I believe, greenlit She-Ra at DreamWorks got promoted. Margie Cohn. I think she is in charge. Yeah, they go down
and talk about what she was in charge of.
She was in charge of...
She was under her DreamWorks Animation TV produced hit series including Troll Hunters, Adventure of Puss in Boots, King Julian, the Dragons Race to the Edge, Boss Baby, Back in Business, Voltron, Legendary Fender, Spirit Riding Free, Trolls, The Beat Goes On, and She-Ra, the Princesses of Power. And a lot of those are really good and did really well.
That's what's so frustrating about
not
this.
Not everybody's going to get everyone right.
Right.
You're gonna make some bad decisions sometimes.
Some of the shows like Troll Hunters and Voltron were actually pretty decent, and Dragon Prince was that was not DreamWorks. That was another company. Never mind.
No, Spirit Riding Free was really big. I got the toys were all over the place.
I don't.
Voltron wasn't terrible, and then people argue. But so I'm saying some of these are hits and some of these are misses because you're gonna have hits and misses.
So she got promoted. She was in charge of, I think, just their TV. Now she's in charge of everything. I think she's in charge of TV.
People telling her that she's menopausal and she should go away and stuff because she's older.
So she's been in the industry for 26 years. She's been in the industry longer than Noelle Stevenson has been alive. Just let that sink in. So I'm just saying, I mean, that is a lot of time. That is a lot of time to be working on. Yeah, because they talked about this a couple months ago. The upcoming She-Ra and the Princess of Power to debut is a modern retooling of the 80s classic with a 26-year-old first-time female showrunner.
Yeah, it's all about her.
Never would have guessed.
Why did they mention that? Why did it matter? Did they mention the showrunners every other thing they listed? Well, keep acting like that means something. I just don't get it.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
The company wanted to develop properties around the theme of girl power and did extensive research into what girls wanted from animated series. We found that what they wanted was very different than just taking a boy action show and slapping a girl in the middle.
What?
That was not what She-Ra was.
No,
That's
it
not
wasn't.
what the original She-Ra was. And I'm actually, for someone who's worked in the animation industry as long as Ms. Cohn has, I'm disappointed that that's what she thinks the original She-Ra was.
First of all, whoa. Back the bus up. Who's to say that all action shows have to be boys? Taking a boy action show and slapping a girl. Who flippin' says that all action shows are boy action shows? That means there's an action show, it's a boy show? They're taking boy action shows and slapping a girl in the middle.
I think
didn't slap her on the ass, but go ahead.
No, I think is she implying that they just with She-Ra they just took He-Man and slapped
basically
women into, but actually She-Ra was a very different show than
Well, this
He-Man.
goes along with what
It
she
was
was.
a very
What
different
this
show.
makes sense. What Noah Stevenson was saying that thing about, you see these shows where there's one woman and all men, and it affects the way she dresses. No, and it affects the way her personality is. I'm like, have you seen Princess Leia? I'm just like, have you seen like a lot of these other characters and other shows that are like? I'm like, what the?
What girls want? I will tell you, as a father of a little girl in that age range and that target demographic, what they want is Miraculous Ladybug.
Yes, she loves that show.
She freaking loves Ladybug. What they want is anime. She watches a lot of anime. That's not our doing. I mean, we've always watched anime, but she did it on her own. She watches anime on her own, and she loves Ladybug.
She was down there watching Suicide Squad a little while ago.
And she was watching Suicide Squad. But no, I mean, She-Ra is not something she was watching the original She-Ra, even though people in the comments...
We gave her a choice.
Yeah.
She picked original She-Ra.
Yeah, she picked original She-Ra. She has not watched the new show. She's not into it. It's boring. No, the new She-Ra was created for Tumblr, young adults on Tumblr.
Well, that's what someone said. They said their market research is what Tumblr say. That's their market
pretty much.
research.
I think, maybe because Ms. Cohn is of a certain age, she's probably,
you're not allowed to say that. Well, if I don't like something, I'm automatically assumed I'm told I'm menopausal.
Well, no, I'm thinking, the thought process might be like, we want a girl power show. Let's go out and find, who's the hot young artist now that's doing that. And then somehow they found Noelle Stevenson.
Then you at least go find a hot young artist. You don't find one.
And then they listened to what she had to say.
You can't argue that one. There's no way.
At 26 years old, about a property that's older than she is. And this is what they got.
We'd like Miraculous Ladybug in this house. So
X-Men Evolution, I loved it. I loved X-Men Evolution. So I mentioned that.
Yeah,
Winx Club. She watches Winx Club.
She watched Winx Club.
Those are the kinds of shows she watches.
She watched. Let me think. What was the one that was the oh crud! It was the Magical Girl one she liked that Netflix had too. She liked that one quite a bit.
Oh, the glitter something.
Glitter Force.
Glitter Force. Yeah,
she liked that. I didn't
she
have to
loved
watch
Glitter
that.
Force.
She likes that kind of stuff.
Did they not watch the original Powerpuff Girl? We did. Oh, thank you. Hey, you're not old people. You're cool people.
Oh, we try.
We try. We are old and cool.
Cool transcends age.
I think it's because our circulation when you get to a certain age just sort of doesn't work anymore. My hands get cold.
Oh, my legs are broken.
My legs are broken.
No, they're not working right now. I don't know what I did, guys. I'm not even that old. We do 5Ks and stuff, and so
we do 5Ks.
I've done half marathons and things too, but I was taking down decorations for Christmas, and something happened, and my knees hurt, and then somehow it went to my ankles. For 2 weeks, my knees and ankles hurt so bad I can hardly walk. And I went to the doctor, and I'm thinking something was wrong. No, you pulled your muscles, and I'm like, well, why is it still 2 weeks later and my legs still hurt?
Here comes the trucks. Oh my God. Is it like it's on our front porch. Yeah, they're children stuck in grub bodies. They are. She-Ra was created for 23-year-olds eating cereal.
Their mom's house.
Their mom's house and drawing Tumblr fan art. That's what it was for. And look, I'm not slapping.
My comic's going to be amazing.
My comic's going to
be...
be...
No, it's not my fanfic. It's my fanfic comic. It's going to be huge.
But hey, Catra was pretty good. I'd watch Catra. I didn't
mind Entrapta either.
Yeah, she wasn't bad. I would just take all the other characters out of the show and take Catra and Entrapta and put them in another show on another planet and just ditch all the She-Ra lore and just start like those two. They'd be like Thelma and Louise.
The Catra and Entrapta show.
Catrapta.
And throw Madame Razz in there for a little bit of fun.
Yeah, that could be a hoot.
Those are the episode I liked.
Those are the only characters I liked.
But we only say negative, bad things.
We only say negative.
Anything positive about She-Ra.
But yeah, like I said, DreamWorks is a mix. Some of the shows are very, very good, and some of them are just not. And She-Ra was a misfire. I think it was just a miscalculation. Let's put it that way. It was a missed opportunity.
But to be fair, that doesn't mean that she's bad because she did other ones that were good. So everybody's going to make mistakes sometimes.
Right.
And sometimes your failures are your best learning moments. I don't think they learned anything from theirs, but it should be your most teachable learning moments.
Okay.
We're going to talk about that.
Yeah, but should we talk about that because Barbie might go on for a while? Okay, so apparently
Barbie's going to go on for a while, but go ahead.
Now somebody tagged me in.
Yeah.
Somebody tagged me in on this earlier today. Apparently. And I think it's a troll account. I don't think it's real. This girl Roars, which is supposed to be a super woke journalist, told EVS that he needed to pay restitution for his misdeeds. I do not know EVS. I've never met EVS, never talked to him. I don't know exactly what got on this person's bad side, but apparently he had to pay restitution, and this person had a PayPal account set up, and yeah, but I don't think it's real. Because I went out to the Twitter account after this and people were like, what do you guys think? And I'm like, I think that's bullshit. But the restitution thing is real. And we'll talk about that later, especially when it comes to like Jon Laaser. Restitution is real. Former Russian troll bot. Thank you. Didn't have to do that. You guys are my favorite channel. Oh, no pressure. Thanks.
But he was a former Russian troll bot. So
Russian troll bot.
He's seen the way and he's
so
good.
I went out to this girl trolled. It's this girl Roars. And I don't know if somebody hacked the account or if this was a joke all along. Look, they got new tweets. Let's see what's going on. Monetizing misogyny. Yeah, so apparently it's not real. This person was not real. They just wanted to see if they could get EVS to make a video, I guess.
Here's the thing you have to be careful with.
I don't know.
And I've seen this many times. And you can actually take... people that are trolling you and stuff, they might not have any audience or platform. But if you turn around and give them the attention and give them one and keep going back and giving them more and more attention, all it's going to do is the people that are against you are going to start following that person. You're giving them a soapbox to stand on. So you got to be careful not to give them a soapbox to stand on.
So people are saying, I'm trying to figure out what's going on with this thing. So people are saying that the person actually is legit, but now they're pretending to be a troll to get out.
Who knows? Because if that was true, then they're stupid.
Oh my God.
Because I'm like, no one's going to say, pay me money. I'm going to hold your name hostage and you pay me money to write good things about you. I mean.
Yeah, that's, but the thing is.
That's called, extortion.
I would.
What?
Wait, this just came in. I thought Ethan was the man to bring my rosebud out in full bloom, but he mistook socialism for extortion. My beautiful wings have been cut by the man that I adore.
A joke.
Alas, I am now the girl who roars no more. If this person is not real and they went out and found a picture of a random person,
that's even more mean.
That's even more cruel because it's just like, wow. So I don't think it's real. I don't think it's real. But would somebody actually do this? Yeah, I think they would because, we'll talk a little bit more about the Jon Laaser situation. We did a video on that. Actually, some people are basically demanding that Jon Laaser pay restitution to his victims, even though
we're trying to say who the victims are, and they never
nobody's ever come forward. Even Rashida Jones said that.
And it's like, and even if it was, let's say for the shits and giggles, they were serious. Let's just say they were serious. This whole idea that we put it into what they calling it a bigotry box.
A bigotry.
Who gets the money? To give to whom? Yourself? And then if bigotry is intolerant against the people that think differently than you, then what makes you not any better? You know what I'm saying?
The scary thing about this is my spider sense until recently would have been like, oh, this is bullshit. This is such bullshit. But there is such freaking weirdness on Twitter now, especially in comics and pop culture journalism, that I'm like, you know what? this wouldn't surprise me if this is real, because this is totally
wouldn't.
something, and that's scary that, like, I don't even know it's real now.
When Lady Hawk said that's what happened with Infamous. Yeah, I don't know that person. I mean, I know of the person, but I don't really know that person either. They leave me alone, I leave them alone. But it's just like, you know, if you have somebody who, especially if you have a platform like EVS has, and you have people, they're constantly, they want that attention, because if you're giving them attention and they're saying things about you and you keep going back into it, then you're just giving them a platform. And other people who are against you are going to say, oh, go follow that guy because he's getting to him. He's getting to him.
Yeah,
all you're doing is raising them up, you know? I know it's really hard to not say stuff to these people.
Yeah, it's hard. It's hard. I mean, that's the weird thing. Like, it almost becomes this vicious circle of, you know, and it's kind of like, I mean, it's kind of a situation, you know, with the Comicsgate guys, like the pop culture media, the comics media basically helped Comicsgate blow up, by trying to destroy it.
Right.
They actually made it blow up.
It's the same thing in reverse.
Right. And now the reverse is, you know, people like Renfamous come out of the woodwork because they know they can get to them. And this is, again, armchair opinion, but if they know they can get to them and then they get singled out on Twitter, then they become kind of the martyrs, and then they get bigger, and then they just troll more.
Right.
You know, it's just a messed up situation. So that's why I'm not surprised. If this were actually real, that wouldn't surprise me, because some nut would be...
So if it's real, it's sad.
If it's real, it's sad.
It's like, you know, pay me your hush money. Pay me the hush money now.
But again, I don't know EVS. I've never talked to him. I did comment on this. I was like, is this like protection money?
And I, put extortion.
Yeah, but I don't know him. I don't know what he's going through or what's going on behind the scenes. I have no idea. But I do know that, like, these people come out of the woodwork because they want the attention. You know,
right?
And it wouldn't surprise me. It honestly wouldn't surprise me if somebody came out and was like, you know, well, how dare that nasty man make $500,000 on Indiegogo? We should get a piece for our pain and suffering. As you know,
it's weird.
I mean, it wouldn't surprise me at all. People are freaking weird. They're freaking weird.
But when I mean, I don't know. I just think that you can easily give a platform to somebody who didn't have one, you know.
Yeah, I mean, so I think you got to kind of be selective. You know, I don't know. I mean, again, this is all armchair. I got tagged in on this thing. I'm like, I don't even know what the hell is going on. And then I thought we were going to have a good laugh out of this, and it turned out it was just a troll account. So whatever. Whatever. Okay, so we're going back to Barbie now.
Oh, yes.
We're going back to Barbie.
Yes.
Okay, I don't know anything about this. You got to tell me what's going on.
Okay, I don't really know what's going on. They're doing a Barbie movie, apparently.
Why is she... Men are going to leer at her.
Well, no, because she's feminist or not.
Oh, okay.
You know, because, you know, Barbie's problematic, as we've all been told repeatedly how problematic Barbie is, because she made us all feel bad about ourselves, and she's too perfect and too pretty, and what's going on?
Somebody said, how can you not know EVS? We're all part of the same vast comic.
I know, right? I don't.
Believe it or not, people can actually share some opinions and work, you know, in the same kind of field,
right,
and not run into each other.
There's a lot of things I'm sure we disagree on.
Yeah,
there are a lot of things we do agree on.
I never. Because,
you know, people are allowed to
like and
you know, disagree and agree. You know, who knew?
Oh God. So
yeah.
let's
So apparently,
Amy
Amy Schumer was looked at. Okay, so the brains behind the blonde icon have been trying to make a live-action Barbie movie happen for quite some time, because you know it needs one. Amy Schumer was initially attached to the project in December for a story about Barbie, who gets kicked out of Barbie Land for not being perfect enough. But the land is Barbie Land, named after you, but you're not perfect enough. Setting her on a path to embrace her inner beauty and individuality, rather than unrealistic standards of perfection. Because, you know, I was a kid. We had Barbies and stuff, and you know, Barbie could do all. I remember we girls can do anything, right, Barbie? And it was like the whole point of Barbie to me was, damn, Barbie could do anything she wants. I can do anything I want. I never thought to myself, but I need to embrace my inner beauty and my individuality, and because she's making me have unrealistic standards. I never thought that. I was like, look, I can make her cook, I can make her mom, I can make her do whatever the hell I want. I'm in control now, bitch. That was Barbie.
Oh my God, that should be the tagline. If Geeky's in charge of Barbie, that is going to be Mattel's new tagline. They will sell so many Barbies. Barbie, I'm in charge now, bitch.
That's right. So you're controlling
exclamation point.
So,
middle finger emoji.
I'm just saying, I mean,
oh my God.
I don't get why they keep going on about Barbie being like this like, you know, this, but they
have this movie called Legally Blonde.
Well, they keep focusing on how she has to be so perfect and so pretty, and I'm like, but she doesn't. So anyway, after a few months, they said she was out, and then apparently Anne Hathaway was going to do it.
Oh God, no, that wouldn't.
They said because of comedy chops.
She doesn't. She's She's not funny anymore. She used to be
they're
funny.
partnered here. I forgot to put that on. Which one is it?
The red one.
This one.
There's our people. There they are.
Now they partnered with Warner Brothers, and they got... okay, so then they got, was it Margot Robbie on here now?
Yeah, that's actually... People said in the comments, they said it's a good choice. I think she actually is a good choice.
She looks like Barbie, yeah.
She looks like Barbie.
Well, she looks like Barbie there. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
But it isn't that classic doll. It's a history of perpetuating unrealistic and problematic beauty standards. God, I was a fat kid, and I didn't think Barbie made me feel bad.
Oh, no. Fat blue-haired cat lady with the side of her head shaved.
I mean, I was heavy, but
We girls can be anything.
Well, you can. Barbie says you can be anything. And you know what? They have all kinds of Barbie shapes and sizes now, so kiss my ass. But you know what I'm saying? It's just like, but now she's problematic. So, beauty standards, exactly what you've been trying to move away from. No shit. I mean, OG Barbie, it wasn't exactly the poster child for feminism.
Oh, bullshit. Yeah, she was.
No, she was actually, because she was out there being a career woman before it was cool to be a career woman.
Margot Robbie defends Barbie. Read this.
Playing with Barbie promotes confidence, curiosity, and communication throughout a child's journey of self-discovery. Over the brand's almost 60 years, Barbie has empowered kids to imagine themselves in aspirational roles from a princess to a president. Yes, Robbie said in a statement quoted by Variety. Yeah, that's what I've been saying. I mean, like, when we were kids, we weren't,
Oh, awesome.
I did, yeah. I'm like, that's true. I mean, I never thought to myself, my God, Barbie's so skinny compared to me, so I must be inferior. No, I'm like, hell yeah, I'm going to be an astronaut. Hell yeah, Barbie's an astronaut. Let's get in this rocket ship and go to the flipping moon. You know, I didn't sit there and think, oh my God, my ass looks too big in these pants, and Barbie's does it, and I'm so... No, I was like, come on, Barbie, let's go to the moon. You know, it was like,
Yeah,
you know...
Come on, Barbie. Let's go party.
Yeah, pretty much. Party, we're gonna go party.
Ooh. Yeah, no, that's cool that she said that, because, you know...
Wait. Personally, I never saw myself reflected in my stash of Barbies.
Then why you buy them?
But you look like her. As a kid, I was once gifted an Indian Barbie, which is just white Barbie with a red sari. Well, yeah, they kind of did do that. Later, I got another sari-clad Indian Barbie, and this one was exactly the same facial features as a classic doll, just painted brown. Yes and no, they did do that a lot, but there were some variations, because I had some. Mattel is doing a much better job these days, having made conscious effort to produce more inclusive Barbies with different body shapes, sizes, heights, skin tones, etc. I mean, and I'm not 100% against that. I think that's a good idea, because not every girl looks the same. And if it really matters that you have a Barbie that looks like you, then that's okay. You do you. If you don't care and you just want Barbie because you think she's awesome as she is, then that's okay too. You do you. But Barbie's Barbie for everybody, and if you have a problem with it, blah! Anyway.
True story. Side detour we're gonna take here. Did you know that one of the biggest Barbie collectors in the country is actually a badass biker dude? Mm-hmm. Dude's got like thousands of Barbies.
Yes.
And he rides
There's
a Harley.
A lot of guys that collect Barbies.
And
actually.
he looks like he could completely kick your ass, but he loves his freaking Barbies because they have brushable hair. Right. And it calms him down.
Brushable hair, see the power of brushable hair.
He doesn't feel the need to bash your teeth in, with a chain when he's brushing Barbie's hair. So right. Barbie's therapeutic for men too.
See, brushable hair, people. I am telling you. It's the key to everything.
Mr. Smithers is a biker. Yeah, Mr. Smithers Barbie collection. No, I saw this dude on a toy show like 15 years ago. He's like a biker. With he looks badass, and he's like got this Barbie collection. And
that doesn't surprise me.
So
this is a valid point.
I don't care.
Jay Maddox, why is Barbie singled out as having unrealistic body standards for girls? As a boy, I like Batman, Superman, and Spider-Man. All of them were athletic and fit when I was pudgy fat kid. Yes, I agree with you. Exactly. Totally agree.
But yeah, okay. Same here. Like I was kind of chunky as a kid, and I had no problem. Like I didn't look at Luke Skywalker and go like, "Oh my God, that bitch! Why is he so skinny?"
Yeah, jerk.
I can't play with Luke because it just reminds me of how inferior I am.
That's right.
Because I look
his
more
sword is bigger than mine.
Oh my God! Of course they make the only fat guy the green pig. My God, Job is a slob. They're trying to fat shame me.
It's also leaning into empowerment. Okay, for International Women's Day, the company released 17 dolls honoring modern day role models, including Wonder Woman, Patty Jenkins,
and Frida Kahlo. You can get Patty Jenkins Barbie doll?
Apparently you can.
But wait, I thought...
That was last year, I guess. But
she's last year's groundbreaking director. Yeah, and they've completely forgotten about her already, because Captain Marvel, as we know, is the only superhero movie starring a female.
Then they're going on back here. Time magazine even argued that the very fact that people constantly judge Barbie's appearance rather than her 200 career-long resume might make her the most feminist doll around. Well, yeah, because everybody keeps going about how she looks, but then they don't look at what she does. You know, well, she doesn't do anything because she's a doll, but you know what I mean. So they're talking about, they're trying to make, my first reaction was that making a live action Barbie movie that was also feminist is impossible. But with Robbie stepping into the role of Barbie, it seems to reaffirm that while there are a lot of other dolls with darker skin tones or different body types in the Barbie family, they are just that, other. The real Barbie remains unchanged.
It's me slapping my
Her
forehead.
casting announcement already has some publications speculating who would play Ken, selecting only white men as potential options. Well, make up your own flipping mind. You can't say out of one side of your face that, Barbie's a feminist icon and that, and then we need to do something about it. And next side of your face, well, of course he cast her because she's white. You know what I mean? It's just, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Hey. Because classic Barbie looks like classic, well, she had dark hair. She did. Blonde and dark hair.
Hey, Captain Cummings. Hello, sir. Yeah, this sounds like she's got a lot of issues to work through.
I'm waiting for her. She doesn't need a Ken. She just needs another Barbie.
But she's taking her issues out on dolls.
Yeah, that's what no. This is what you see all the time. These people have they're projecting and blaming dolls. She-Ra, Barbie. Don't you see this? I've been saying this. They're projecting. They're projecting.
Chucky killed that woman. It wasn't me, I swear.
They always felt less than, and now they're blaming it on dolls.
Dolls. Jillian Gores, and I'm sorry if I'm mangling your name. You're probably never going to watch this video, so who cares? If you do, I'm sorry. I just said who cares. Who co-founded Toronto's Drunk Feminist Films.
Okay,
agrees and adds that by casting Robbie in the starring role, it cements the idea that while we may have seen different iterations of the character, the real Barbie adheres to white, heteronormative beauty standards.
But I thought the whole point was she was going to try to realize that she was problematic and...
yeah, as soon as you cast it, you sort of lock Barbie in stone.
She's been locked in stone!
Feels like new films, same old problems.
Oh, God.
We're in this culture of rebooting and reviving old ideas, but maybe Barbie is the one we need to leave in the past.
We didn't leave She-Ra in the past.
Yeah, yes. Yeah, how come She-Ra is a white blonde woman still?
Yeah, why? Yeah, there's a bad point. Well, they couldn't change too much. They already had a fit. Well, is she, though? Because she looks like a guy when she turns into She-Ra. Right.
In theory, we progressed to focusing on Barbie's brains instead of her unrealistic beauty.
They have focused on Barbie's brains for years.
But key character traits remain the same. Perhaps rather than trying to fit feminism into Barbie-shaped mold, we just need new characters altogether. So we're not going to
go make them. Okay, you know what? Fine. You go make them.
Go make them.
You go make them. You go make these new characters. I'm 100% behind that. You go make these new characters, and you make them as big as Barbie, and then we'll talk.
Why are Smurfs portrayed as blue?
It's not fair to all the other colors.
Why can't there be green Smurfs?
Because,
red Smurfs. Puce Smurfs.
I heard they were making a movie, and the casting sheet said they were looking for a blue boy to play the Smurf. I'm not going to finish that. Anyway, go ahead.
Wait, blue boys.
Blue boys to play Smurfs.
Is that the new Smurf? So we got like Jokey Smurf and Vandy Smurf and Blue Balls Smurf.
I was thinking more like Asphyxiation Smurf.
Asphyxiation Smurf.
Yeah.
My God, there's like, you could come up with Smurf.
Then there's Violet. So, like,
oh my God. Yeah, Barbie should be played by Dibble.
That's right, because this is fair.
Oh my God. Dibble is naked.
Anyway, I'm not going to read any more of this. Basically, they're mad because now they cast a blonde girl to play Barbie. Because, why would you cast a blonde girl to play that iconic blonde Barbie doll?
I mean, look, I get, look, maybe I don't get because I'm a dude, growing up, she's like, how come Barbie's blonde and I'm,
But they have all different colors of Barbie.
Yeah, but she said they weren't that good. But even now they are, like, the Barbies that are out now are like all over the place. They've got Barbies that are like, thick Barbie, thin Barbie,
tall Barbie, short Barbie,
tall Barbie, short Barbie, Asian Barbie, black Barbie, black Asian Barbie.
They had those
Barbie with purple hair, Barbie with blue hair. I mean, they got all kinds of Barbies.
Barbie had a bunch of friends, different names, and different kinds of hair. Barbie and the Rockers. Barbie and the Rockers. Barbie and the Rockers.
Barbie and the Rockers. So the complaint seems to be...
That's right. She did dump him for Blaine. That's true.
Again, this comes back to, this is kind of tradition. I mean, this is the, instead of remaking established things into a new image, make something new.
Well, I'm saying if you're complaining about it, someone who's realized about Barbie, yes, we know where Barbie came from. Yeah, because they wanted to make it for their daughters. They used a sex doll. They turned out because it was more articulated. Imagine that.
You could bend Barbie's eggs.
Eggs? You can bend Barbie's eggs.
That is a special talent. Being able to bend a woman's eggs. That is the fifth. That is the fifth bending elemental. We got wind. We got fire. We got earth. We got water. And then we have the egg benders. The egg benders. Yes. And a trained egg bender can make you pee. But it's nothing to be afraid of. It's natural. Okay, anyway. Again, a skill commonly associated with egg bending is the inability to breathe. But it just...
yeah, because if you egg bend, you get kids, and then you can't breathe.
Oh my God.
So that's about right. So yes, you can't egg bend a woman.
Yes, you can. You most certainly can. It's a special talent. I'll show you later. Okay. Moving on.
We're moving on. Because I can't breathe. It hurts.
That is not my fault.
Oh, God.
Okay, let's just wait.
Go ahead.
Egg benders. Yes.
It's like egg beaters, egg benders. Go ahead. Okay.
Oh, my God.
Oh, okay, what else were you having to talk about?
What are we talking about? What are we talking about? We're talking about Jon Lasseter,
Yeah,
who's accused of bending eggs, but it never actually came... No, actually, he wasn't. He was accused of hugging people.
Is that what? I don't even know what he's accused of. I can't follow it.
So, we did a video on... Man, I gotta
That's
stitch
all
my side. How the hell did that happen? My eggs have been bent.
It's 'cause you...
Oh, I don't even have eggs, but I grew eggs and bent them somehow.
Go ahead.
Okay, so Jon Laaser was dismissed from the Walt Disney Company. Well, at the end of this year, he actually was sort of on his way out last year for being too touchy-feely. Being too touchy-feely.
We talked about this yesterday.
We did. But there have been new developments. Well, not really. Just lots of complaints. Mostly complaints. Cartoon Brew has a whole big thing on this, really making this out to be, I mean, this is like, is Skydance endangering its female employees? Here's a list of accusations against Jon Laaser.
It's a train.
It's a crazy train.
We jumped back.
So, John, they actually went back, and there's never been any allegations or payoffs or anything in the 20-plus years he worked for the Walt Disney Company. They basically said no one's actually come out by name. They said he's known for grabbing, kissing, making comments about physical attributes.
Okay, who said? I'm saying they're giving quotes, but don't they given the sources? Or you have to go to the source.
Yeah, it's all the Hollywood Reporter. So walk up to women and kiss them on the lips. One rap.
Well, that's not okay.
Well, if this is true, but again, where are the women coming out and saying this happened to me?
Ew, if that happened, it would not go well for him.
This happened to me. So the animation community is in an uproar because Jon Laaser, needs to be stricken from history. Like,
here's the thing, I just don't understand. Like, if someone was doing that and they actually had proof that this person was doing that, why was he being allowed to stay? They're like worried about the sky dances and female employees. Well, why didn't anybody worry about Pixar's female employees and left them stay there until December? You know what I'm saying? Yeah,
and that's what we mentioned before. Like, Disney being Disney. Disney, look, they don't mess around. James Gunn, he was like fired that day for 10-year-old tweets, and you can debate whether or not it was worth firing him over, but he was gone. Jon Laaser, people were coming forward and saying, hey, he's a little huggy, he's a little touchy-feely, or whatever else.
Go up to him and make it out with them.
If that actually...
That's messed up.
But, but Disney kept him on.
Yeah,
they kept him on for over a year.
It doesn't make sense. If you just walk out to women and just making them kiss him, that doesn't make sense. Like, they wouldn't have kept him because they're so afraid of lawsuits and PR nightmares. I don't know. It doesn't make sense.
It's weird. I mean, again, this is where I'm like, I am really on the fence about this because on one hand, I'm like, where are the women coming forward and actually formally accusing Jon Laaser? And on the other hand, I'm like, maybe there's something to it, but I don't know. I wasn't there.
I don't know either.
I didn't let Jon Laaser bend my eggs.
Well, you're the wrong gender, apparently.
Yeah, but anyway, I mean, it is common knowledge Jon Laaser is a hugger. In fact, they've had many interviews with him.
More than hugging.
With him, yeah, they actually had, I forget which one it was, but at times I think they went to Pixar and said that he hugged like 42 employees that day. And they said when alcohol's involved, he tends to linger a little longer.
Some people just are huggers, and
Well, I mean, there was...
You're not.
No, I'm not
I
a hugger.
am.
Okay, so we had a guy named Eric at the one newspaper I worked at. Did I ever tell you about Back Rub Eric?
No.
All right, back rub Eric. Eric,
God.
who hopefully never watches this video.
You've been talking about your cult that time sometime too. Go ahead.
The cult I was in, yeah. Well, they tried to get me to join. It was complicated. So Eric, I worked at this one newspaper, and he was one of the sports writers, and I was working in the composing department. He would just come over to people, I was working second shift, and he would just give them back rubs.
Yeah.
Just
Wait, like women or men?
Like everybody, including me.
Oh, I bet that would have.
I got a back rub from back rub Eric.
You don't like people touching you.
I don't like people just touching me. No, I'm really weird about that. I think he tries to put people at ease. It doesn't put me at ease when somebody comes up to me and just gives me a back rub when I'm trying to work. Like I'm working, it's like, wow, you're really tense. I'm like, yes, it's because you're touching me, you freak. Stop touching me. I'm trying to work. Anyway. So anyway, I can somewhat sympathize to that feeling of being groped at work, even if the intentions are not malicious. It's awkward. Mm-hmm. It's really awkward. I would love a back rub. Well, I don't know if he's still there, Captain Cummings. I can make a couple of phone calls and find out if you want to get your back rubbed by back rub Eric. He might have been promoted by now. It's been like 25 years. Wait. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, so where do you go from there? Let's see. So if you've been promoted from the back rub guy to the... Where do you go from there? Career advancement.
I can't.
What if he rubbed your crotch? That would not have happened.
He would have had his arms broken.
There would have been yelling, screaming, kicking, probably fisticuffs. Yeah, he didn't, but it was very awkward. I was only... has anyone seen the video of Jon Laaser hugging Miyazaki? He kept touching the man. He seems to lack an understanding of personal space.
Yeah, that's what we're hearing. Yeah.
I mean, this is where it's tough. Like, do I believe he touched people? Yes, I absolutely believe he touched people. He touches a lot of people often, and that seems to be... Now, apparently, he's been kind of called out for it before. But whatever the reason is, Disney did not terminate him immediately. They didn't terminate him immediately, and they terminated James Gunn for tweets. So I don't know what's going on. But they did an investigation. No, Skydance Animation, who hired him, did a very thorough background check, I guess, and they had a meeting. They had a meeting with their staffers today to explain why they hired Jon Laaser.
Did they really?
Yes, they did.
They had their investigatory report.
They did, and they said that some of the people were not comfortable with touchy-feely Jon Laaser working for the company. He was accused of touching female staffers and kissing them without consent. So they had a meeting today at the Mid-Wilshire offices described as raw and emotional. A visibly moved Ellison, who is the CEO, reassured roughly 60 staffers in attendance he was committed to creating a safe working environment, reminding them about Skydance's 800 line to report offenses anonymously, and stressed that he would not have hired Lasseter if he abused women in the way that Harvey Weinstein and the powerful figures are alleged to have done. Now, see, this is where it's like, look, they did an investigation, a background investigation into him. They said before hiring him, Skydance tapped the law firm to investigate the claims against the executive. Ellison didn't share all the conclusions, but he did say the report found that Disney made no financial settlements on Lasseter's behalf and no criminal charges were ever filed against him. And the other thing about his contract is, like, if anything comes up, Lasseter is responsible for it financially. Like, he has to. So... this is, here's the thing. If he did or didn't do it, he's never going to, that stigma is always going to be with him. Mm-hmm. Even if he didn't do anything wrong, he's always going to be the guy who groped women.
Right, but the thing is, like, I guess my thing is, I think he doesn't have a grasp of personal space. I mean, kissing people is not a good thing to do. But if there's people that are actually coming out and saying that he did it, and they actually say, well, he did this and he did that and he bet my eggs or whatever.
Bet my eggs.
You know what I'm saying? It's like,
John's touching me again.
Yeah, stop touching me. John's touching me. Don't let me turn this car around. Anyway. Go ahead.
No, I don't have it. I mean, it's weird. So, okay, so the animation industry, we had some tweets yesterday. We actually had like Kate Leff talking about how like, well, I looked at maybe working for Skydance, and I will never work there.
Well, I thought you had a job with Crunchyroll.
I thought she was working for Crunchyroll. But now Alex Hirsch, who is the showrunner for Gravity Falls.
Okay.
Alex Hirsch, and I love Gravity Falls.
I do love Gravity Falls.
I love Gravity Falls.
I love it a lot,
and I think Alex Hirsch is a smart guy. However, this might be the pot calling the kettle black. Alex Hirsch
yes.
at Skydance hiring Lasseter is a huge mistake. Not only are they rewarding his toxic behavior and forcing their employees to work under it, they're denying a generation of fresh, original, and diverse. Says
the white guy.
They're denying a generation of fresh, original, and diverse voices a chance to lead. Because obviously, if Jon Laaser is not there, somebody else will fill the void, right?
That is diverse.
Yeah, it's bad for animation, bad for women, and bad business.
Says the white guy.
This is where it gets really tricky, because the original complaint that kicked all of this off was from Rashida Jones, who was co-writing Toy Story 4. And her complaint, she did say that, yeah, Jon kind of made, unwanted contact with me, but she reiterated that her main complaint was she felt that women and people of color were underrepresented at Pixar, stated that it was faulty reporting, erroneous reporting, to state that she was making some sort of like allegation against his contact. And then that blew up into Jon's touching
and now
everybody.
It's all these women and everything else. It's not just her. But okay, I'm not going to get into it because, I'm sure a lot of you've heard the different stories about Alex Hirsch over the last few, months that's come out about that. I mean, whether they're true or not, we don't know.
Again, these are that I wasn't there. I don't know.
We don't know. We weren't there. But we talked to some people that were around and they swear that it's true. So, who knows? But if it is true, he really has no business saying anything about anybody's bad behavior. So.
Yeah, Hirsch, and there have been multiple sources. Again, I do not know just, what the word on the street is that Hirsch has bent many eggs. Slut. He's bent many eggs in Hollywood. Mm-hmm. And, a lot of eggs were bent. Some broken and bruised, apparently, and some egos broken and bruised, and he's left a trail of broken people in his wake. That is the rumor. I can't substantiate that. I do not know Alex Hirsch. But it's very ironic that Alex Hirsch, who very recently there were some videos out there with some alleged rumors of Alex Hirsch's behavior.
People have actually talked to us about it, too.
We've had people talk to us about Alex Hirsch, and we've never actually come out and said anything.
Yeah, because we don't really bother with it normally.
We don't want to get into rumor mongering, but I will say it's very convenient that Alex Hirsch is throwing Lasseter under the bus when he himself could have maybe possibly done worse. Well,
here's the thing.
Jon
Even if he is innocent and didn't do the things that, that he's still throwing a guy under the bus saying he's not diverse enough as he himself is a white guy running shit.
Yeah, I know, right? Why is it always white?
Why does he want the job and he didn't get it? So now we have to complain. It was okay if he got the job, but now he didn't get it. Well, Lasseter is problematic because he's white.
Because that was the original complaint. Like I said, Rashida Jones' original complaint was not that Jon Laaser was groping her. Her complaint was she didn't like the culture at Pixar because it wasn't diverse enough. Mm-hmm. That was her complaint. So Lasseter gets gone. Disney and they don't just fire him on the spot. They phase him out over the course of like a year and a half. And Jennifer Lee, a woman who directed Frozen, is taking over for him, in addition to Pete Docter, who's been with Pixar for a very, very long time.
I am 100% for diversity in companies and things, but I don't always think the people that should be hired are the ones that get hired. Like, I'm for diversity, but sometimes I think the ones they go for are the ones that are high profile, ones that might not be might not be as good as other people that are like, ones you don't hear of as much, but because they're out there screaming all the loudest, they get the biscuit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And there's some people that are actually highly talented, amazing, truly diverse people who are just doing amazing work, and they often get overlooked because they aren't there screaming their heads off. Pay attention to me. Oh my God, I'm diverse. Pay attention to me. Did I mention diversity?
That used to be like...
They're just doing their work and getting it done and doing good work.
Technically, everybody is diverse. Because here's what kind of upsets me about this. Okay, so diverse means a good smattering of different kinds of people across different ethnic and, racial classifications, religious classifications, genders. Technically, everybody's diverse. By assuming that, like, white men are the default, that we are vanilla, like we are the base flavor, and everybody's diverse except white men, that's kind of dumb. I mean, it's saying that, like, I mean, I understand if their point was, well,
I think their point is
everybody's
white men,
right?
long.
And I'm not going to argue that. Historically, that has been the case, but now it's sort of gone. The pendulum has swung too far, where it's gone from, let's mix it up a little bit, not just have a bunch of white men in there, to let's not have any white men.
Well, not just that
at all,
but
because
it's like,
they're bad.
There's so many levels of diversity. There's so many different things you can go there. It would take thousands and thousands of categories to discuss all the different ethnicities. I can't speak. Sexual orientations, different things that make people diverse. Religions, backgrounds. You might have like an alopecia or something like that. There's 101 different ways to make people diverse. And it's like, you can't honestly hire 101 different people to make sure you hit every checkbox, And then when does it become more, you're hiring people that are, different, and you're trying to get different ideas so you can come up with something better that's not, you know what I'm saying? But then it's not pandering. But then they always go to the pandering.
Yeah, well.
Do you know what I'm saying? I'm kind of talking a little bit.
Yeah, no, I know what you're saying. Okay, so here's the thing. I am a firm believer in giving everybody an equal shot and hiring the most qualified person. And I don't care what color, gender, religious background, whatever that person has. If they're the best qualified person for the
that's
job,
what I think.
Right, they should be the ones that are hired. I believe that everybody, I believe in equal opportunity employment, and I think that as long as you are, personally, I think you should be colorblind. You should just be like looking, be like, I don't care who you are, what your background is, whatever. I just want to know, can you do the job? And if you happen to be these other things, well, that's cool. I don't care. I'm hiring you because you've got the skill set we need, and you're going to bring a lot to the table because of your skill set. I'm not looking at like, well, we don't have enough brown folks working here, so let's just go. That's kind of like, it's a weird. It's only been the last few years. It's been like we have to look at surface features.
Everyone wants to get to the chocolate factory. You know what? I love chocolate, so I'm all for that. I want to go to the chocolate factory.
That's not a euphemism. That's not a euphemism, is it?
Chocolate.
We're going to the chocolate factory tonight. Yes, sir. Gonna bend me some eggs.
No, not in the chocolate factory.
Not the chocolate factory. Colorblind is racist now. Yeah.
It doesn't matter what you do. You're somehow something bad. You're some ist of some kind. You can just sit in a chair and do nothing. And just because you're there, you're like some ist because you're sitting in a chair. You're not sitting in the right color chair, or you're not in the right room, or your hair's the wrong color, or there's something else wrong with you, because there always has to be something that's wrong with you.
Yeah, there's Evan says the fact is that part of the world white is considered blank slate or default. I read some articles on Medium, and you should never go to Medium and read articles, because most of the articles there are just like they make Tumblr look sane. But I read one, and they basically talked about the problem with white people.
I'm sorry, someone goes, "You're sitting in a chair, privilege." Yeah, see?
Oh, God.
Go ahead.
You're sitting in a chair, privilege.
Go ahead.
No, but they were talking about the problem with white people, and they basically said that white people have no culture. They have they're basically the blank, the default, the whatever. And I'm like,
that's not true.
I got some British and Irish friends that might disagree with you, some Swedish friends that might disagree with you, that there's no such thing as white culture. And I was like, oh my God, that's crazy. But then if you say that, then they're like, you're a Nazi. It's like, no, we're just admitting that, like, white people came from someplace.
Yeah.
They did. Just saying. Anyway, this has gone off the
we're
beat
just
path.
like taking it way out.
Yeah, but I just think it's kind of ironic with Hirsch there. So yeah, I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's going on, but I wanted to talk about Jon Laaser again because of the whole restitution thing that supposedly went down with the EVS and these journalists like demanding restitution for his wrongdoing. And you would think that's a wacky idea, but this is actually this is what these people are demanding. So they asked.
That stops people from making up fake shit just because they think they're gonna get money from it.
Yeah. So let me see here. So, okay, so we're talking about, they basically asked, this is women, what is this organization here? Well, Time's Up is the Me Too people, and Women in Film, I believe, is the organization who, they put this statement out to the Hollywood Reporter. Their decision to hire Jon Laaser as head of animation endorses and perpetuates a broken system that allows powerful men to act without consequence at a moment when we should be uplifting the many talented voices who are constantly underrepresented. Again, here we go again. Scott. So again, they're like basically saying if Jon Laaser wasn't there, a more diverse person would be there.
That's why I'm keeping my soap opera analogy. These girls think that if I kill his wife or girlfriend, he'll suddenly love me. And it's like, well, who says he's going to love you to begin with?
Right. So Skydance is providing another position of power, prominence, and privilege to a man who has repeatedly been accused of harassment in the workplace, not formally accused. This is what I'm saying. Like, I'm not saying he's not touchy-feely, but where are the formal accusations?
That there weren't any that they could find.
And the fact is that they keep tying this to him without a formal... without anybody coming forward and charging him with misconduct is just, it's gonna, for the rest of his life, he's gonna have that, regardless of what he actually did. So here's the thing. This is their statement. They said, people often ask when a man who has abused his power, because only men can abuse power, when a man who has abused his power gets to come back, quotes, there is no simple answer, but here are a few steps. Demonstrate true remorse. This was Kevin Hart's problem. He wasn't sorry enough. You have to be sincere enough for the Great Pumpkin to come. If you're not sincere enough, the Great Pumpkin will not come. And who gets to decide what's a true remorse? 2, work deeply to reform your behavior. Again, I've seen people say, I'm sorry, try to reform their behavior, and it still lingers over them.
They're still like, well, you still did it, so it doesn't matter what you do, you're always bad.
Right.
Yeah.
And number 3, deliver restitution to those you have harmed. So the fact,
I always thought restitution meant like, oh, I'm sorry, but that's what remorse. I think they mean for remorse.
That's remorse. Restitution is money. Deliver money to those you have harmed. So the idea of these journalists demanding money from YouTubers who they think have harmed them is actually not that far-fetched. It's not that far-fetched because, here we have this
baskets.
Yeah, send them a fruit basket. So yeah, when they're basically Time's Up is coming out and saying that you have to give money to people you have wronged.
Send them a fruit basket full of peaches.
God. So when I saw that thing on Twitter about whatever this is going on, the restitution going to their, Ethan making a form of reparation payment would show his willingness to change and apologize for past problematic contests.
Here's my account.
Here's my account on PayPay, I think, or whatever it was. I actually thought it might be legit because of, again, just yesterday, they're calling for Jon Laaser to give money out to all the people he wronged. So anyway, this has run longer than we thought it was going to. It was supposed to be an hour long show, and this is
the last 20 minutes have been kind of boring. But anyway, go ahead.
I know we can't beat that. Just get the once you get to the egg bending part,
I don't know. I thought peaches are pretty funny.
Your peaches are funny.
So a basket full of peaches.
Delicious. I might add. Your peaches are.
I don't have peaches. But okay.
I love your peaches, honey. I love your peaches.
You're gonna get slapped.
Just so you know, on air. Anyway, so I don't know. I don't know what's good enough. I don't know. I mean, people like this, again, we talked about yesterday, when that stigma, is on you, even if you've been proven innocent, it will always, always, always be with you that you're a creep.
Yeah.
Even if.
Well, I brought that up with these people.
Yeah, and that just you're done. You're done. Once you've been accused, you're done. King Gilgamesh, thank you. Didn't have to do that. Love the content. Keep up the good work. We try. Some days are better than others. We're trying to be honest. We're trying to be as objective as we can be, and it's very hard to be objective anymore. Everybody wants to throw you on one side or the other, and
then if you don't do what they want, everybody's mad at you. If you're in the middle, everybody's mad at you. Everybody's pissed at you in the middle.
Yeah. Speaking of Kevin Hart, isn't what's happening to him hypocritically similar to what happened to James Gunn? Yeah, and you know what? Even Ellen came out in his defense, and apparently it was the LGBTQ community that he wronged. And Ellen came to his defense, and so they had him on Ellen.
Yeah, but she was like, "I am a part of that community, and I'm not offended."
Yeah,
You're not allowed. You're not allowed to be. You're not allowed to say that because all the time. That's what happens all the time with like the She-Ra. Well, women are upset. Well, I'm a woman. I'm upset. Well, we are. I mean, it's like you know what I mean.
So you speak for like when
a bunch of men will tell me I should be upset because I'm a woman. You know what I mean?
Individuals are individuals, and that's the thing. Like everybody's got just because you have a handful of people at some organization somewhere that are pissed about something, they don't represent an entire group. And actually, it's offensive, I think, to have these people, these self-appointed. High sparrows to speak for an entire group of people when individuals are individuals. They're not. There's no groupthink with people that just happen to be a certain color or certain sexual orientation or whatever. It's people are people. Everybody should have the freedom to think for themselves.
Yeah, I like this. It's just mob tactics. What a nice store you have there. It'd be a shame if someone accused you of being a racist, sexist, alt-right Nazi. Yeah, or it'd be a real shame if I started writing things about you that weren't true. But you can stop me if you give me money. So
yeah.
Anyway.
So yeah, I think we're gonna.
Yes, we have heard of we have heard about the Sonic. What were you saying?
Yes, but yeah, changing some. Have you heard of the new Sonic movie with Jim Carrey as Robotnik? Yes. Oh my God, I don't even know. Jim Carrey of all, I'm like, yeah, I did a video on that, the reaction to Jim Carrey being cast as Robotnik.
Yeah.
I'm like,
yes, we're aware. God.
Yeah.
Okay, what were you going to talk about?
Chris Hardwick, we mentioned it. I think we're gonna wrap this one up.
Yeah, please.
Let's wrap this one up. Geeky's tired.
I am tired.
She's
my legs hurt really bad too. My legs are really, really for real damaged, and so I'm just sitting here like they hurt.
Okay, so we are going to wrap this one up. Thank you so much for joining in the conversation tonight, guys. Thank you so much for the super chats.
Now we all learned about egg bending.
We all learned about egg bending.
The last element.
It is the last element. Not even the Avatar can egg bend.
That's right. Yeah. Only certain people can do that.
Only certain people can do it.
Right.
Certain people can do it. Okay, thank you so much, guys. Please subscribe if you haven't already. We're trying to grow the channel. We'd like to hit 100,000. 100,000 by the end of the year is a goal.
Yeah, right. Good with that. You're serious?
I'm serious. Yeah, let's do it. Let's do that. 100,000. 100,000 by the end of the year.
Maybe I'll tell you what. Maybe next live stream you'll tell people about your cult experience.
Oh my God, I don't want to go there.
People want to hear about it, so next time we'll do that.
The fundamentalist,
I have some new She-Ra dolls coming.
Charismatic Christian cult, yes.
I have some new She-Ra dolls coming, so there'll be a video with brushable hair shortly, and we're going to be doing some stuff. We want to do some stuff with animation.
Yeah, we're going to be doing more creation videos.
You keep saying that, but you have to actually make the creation
I know. Videos. Well, we're getting the website working. We're actually working on the new CLOWNFISH TV website. Got some issues with the security layer, but we're going to be getting content up on the website. We're going to be opening some forums up.
Might need some writers for
we might need some writers for stories and stuff. Yeah. So we're trying to expand. So we're not just doing videos bitching about stuff because.
Apparently we're cynical.
We're cynical.
Anyway, we'll talk to you.
We're cynical.
We'll talk to you guys.
All right,
later.
guys. Thank you so much. Goodbye. Good night.